What if I told you that the way most men approach relationships today is completely wrong? What if I told you that by shifting your mindset, not chasing, not begging, but standing firm in your values, you could completely change how women treat you, how they see you, and most importantly, how you see yourself? In this chaotic modern world where love feels more like a game and relationships often come with confusion, pain, and power struggles, you need more than charm or good looks. You need clarity, strength, and wisdom. And that's exactly what Stoicism gives you. In this video, I'm about to reveal 9 timeless Stoic rules that every smart man should live by when dealing with women. These are not sweet lies meant to make you feel good. These are raw, real truths that challenge you to rise above drama, emotional manipulation, and toxic cycles. If you've ever been ghosted, disrespected, or made to feel like you're not enough, this video is for you. Because real strength doesn't lie in chasing validation. It lies in mastering your emotions, knowing your worth, and walking away when your peace is threatened. These Stoic principles have survived for thousands of years for one reason: they work. And once you apply them, you won't just change your love life, you'll change your entire life. Let's break it down. Number 1, chasing instead of attracting. Most men fall into the trap of thinking that if they chase a woman hard enough, through compliments, gifts, or constant availability, she'll eventually fall in love. But attraction doesn't work that way. In fact, the more you chase, the less respect you command. Smart men understand a fundamental truth: what you chase runs. Women are biologically and psychologically wired to be drawn to confident, purpose-driven men who don't need their attention to feel whole. When a man puts a woman on a pedestal, constantly trying to win her over, he communicates a dangerous message: that she is the prize and he is lucky to even be considered. But this imbalance kills romantic polarity. The dynamic becomes one-sided, where the woman is pursued and the man is undervalued. Women may enjoy the attention for a while, but deep down they lose respect for men who don't respect themselves enough to pull back. Smart men attract by standing firm in their values. They focus on building a life filled with discipline, health, career goals, hobbies, and a strong social circle. They don't abandon their life's mission to chase fleeting attention. They understand that desperation repels and purpose attracts. When a man is centered, calm, and focused on becoming his best self, he becomes naturally magnetic. Women are drawn to his quiet confidence and the sense that he is in control of his life. If a woman isn't reciprocating interest or effort, smart men don't beg or argue. They step back. They know their worth and never sacrifice self-respect for temporary affection. They don't chase because they know the right woman doesn't need to be pursued. She'll be inspired to come closer. Number 2, over-explaining their intentions. It's natural to want to be understood. We all do. But smart men know that over-explaining every thought, action, or emotion is a slippery slope that reveals insecurity. This mistake is especially common in relationships where a man feels uncertain about his position or is afraid of being misunderstood. But every time you find yourself justifying your decisions to gain someone else's approval, you're handing over your power. Smart men understand the power of silence and conviction. They don't feel the need to explain why they set a boundary, ended a conversation, or chose a certain direction in life. Their actions are guided by principles, not approval. They trust that those who truly know and respect them will understand, and those who don't won't matter. Over-explaining is rooted in a desire to control how someone sees you. But the truth is, you cannot control perception, only your integrity. When you keep defending yourself or trying to be understood, it shows emotional dependence. Women instinctively pull away from men who seek validation and gravitate toward those who are grounded in their truth. In moments of conflict or miscommunication, smart men choose clarity over pleading. They may explain something once, but they don't get into endless debates or emotional begging. Their calmness, presence, and clear energy speak for themselves. Remember this: real confidence is quiet. Smart men trust themselves enough to know that not everyone needs to understand them. Only those who truly care will take the time. They let their life reflect their values, and they don't dilute their self-worth for the sake of being liked. Number 3. Ignoring red flags in the name of love. One of the most fatal mistakes even smart men can make is ignoring the early warning signs, those subtle red flags that indicate emotional instability, lack of respect, or manipulation in a woman's behavior. Too often men become so enchanted by physical attraction, intimacy, or the idea of love that they blind themselves to reality. They mistake intensity for connection and chaos for passion. But let's be brutally honest. Red flags are not there for decoration. They're warnings, like flashing signs on a dangerous road. Things like controlling behavior, constant jealousy, inconsistency in communication, emotional outbursts, or disrespect toward others, especially those in service roles, are all signals of deeper issues. And when men ignore them, hoping she'll change or that it's not a big deal, they pay the price later with heartbreak, lost time, and damaged self-esteem. Smart men know that love is not blind, it is clear-eyed. They understand that it's not their job to fix a woman or be her emotional punching bag while she figures herself out. They don't rationalize toxic behavior with phrases like, "She had a rough past," or "She only acts that way because she cares." They pay attention to patterns, not just apologies. They also recognize that how a woman treats others, especially when she doesn't have anything to gain, says a lot about who she really is. Is she kind when no one is looking? Is she consistent when things don't go her way? Smart men observe more and speak less during the early stages. They prioritize peace over drama and walk away from anything that threatens their mental clarity or future growth. Remember this: red flags never fade. They grow brighter over time. The more you ignore them, the deeper you get stuck in a relationship that will eventually drain your energy and break your spirit. Smart men listen to their gut, take early signs seriously, and have the strength to walk away, not because they don't care, but because they value themselves enough to not settle for less than peace and mutual respect. Number 4. Sacrificing their purpose for a relationship. One of the most noble things about a man is his sense of purpose, his mission in life. But many men, especially when deeply infatuated, slowly start to sacrifice that purpose for the sake of a woman or a relationship. It starts subtly, skipping the gym to be with her, ignoring work deadlines to talk late into the night, putting dreams on hold because she needs him. While compromise is essential in love, self-abandonment is not. Smart men understand that their purpose is the foundation of their masculinity. It is the fire that drives them forward. When a man disconnects from that inner fire, he becomes lost, directionless, and unattractive. A woman may enjoy the attention in the beginning, but over time she loses respect for a man who has no ambition or backbone. Contrary to popular belief, most women are not attracted to a man who does everything for them. They're attracted to a man who is deeply rooted in his life mission and invites her to be part of that journey, not the center of it. A woman wants to feel chosen, not idolized. There's a difference. When a man loses himself in a woman, he stops being the man she was initially drawn to. Smart men balance love and mission. They prioritize growth and maintain routines. If they're building a business, learning a skill, or pursuing a goal, they make time for it regardless of who they're dating. They communicate their priorities clearly and with confidence, not arrogance. And the right woman will respect that, even be inspired by it. In short, don't put your purpose on pause for anyone. The woman who truly values you will support your mission, not distract you from it. Let your ambition be your compass, and let love enhance it, not derail it. Number 5. Over-investing, emotionally too early. Another fatal mistake is giving too much too soon, emotionally, mentally, or even financially. It happens when men confuse chemistry with compatibility. Within days or weeks, they start sharing deep secrets, making grand plans, or becoming overly emotionally attached to someone they barely know. The problem is not vulnerability. It's premature vulnerability without trust and time. Smart men understand that emotional investment must match earned trust. When you open your heart too quickly, you risk attaching to someone who hasn't yet revealed their true self. You end up falling for potential, not reality. And when things start to go wrong, you're left confused, hurt, and often manipulated. Women, like men, test boundaries, not always consciously. If you show that you're willing to do anything for her before she's earned that level of commitment, she may begin to take you for granted. She won't see your love as strength. She'll see it as a weakness she can control. Smart men pace the relationship. They allow space to observe the woman's character over time. They don't rush to call her the one or make her the center of their emotional world before knowing how she handles stress, disappointment, or adversity. They don't spill their heart out in week 2. They build connection through shared values and experiences, not emotional flooding. Also, smart men never beg for attention. If communication starts to fade or effort is one-sided, they don't panic. They step back. Their emotional balance is not dependent on one woman because they've built a fulfilling life on their own. Emotional self-control is not about being cold. It's about being strategic, grounded, and wise. Number 6. Tolerating disrespect, just to keep the peace. A devastating mistake many men make, especially those who want to be the nice guy, is tolerating disrespect in a relationship just to avoid conflict or losing the woman. Whether it's subtle insults, dismissive behavior, mockery in front of others, or outright manipulation, disrespect is never acceptable. But because many men fear being alone or believe they need to prove their worth, they allow it to continue in silence. Here's the truth. When you allow disrespect once, you're training her to believe it's okay. And each time you let it slide, your value diminishes in her eyes. Respect is not built through words. It's maintained through boundaries. Women may test these boundaries to see what you'll tolerate, not because they're cruel, but because human nature is wired to assess strength. If you cave under pressure, you're sending a message. You can treat me however you want and I'll still be here. Smart men don't tolerate disrespect, not even once. They confront it with calm strength. If a woman jokes about something hurtful, they let her know it crossed a line. If she disregards his time, emotions, or values, he communicates it clearly, not with anger, not with emotional chaos, but with unshakable firmness. And if the behavior continues, they walk away without second-guessing. You see, a woman may test your boundaries, but deep down, she desires a man who respects himself enough not to be walked over. The moment you stand up for yourself, you earn her respect. The moment you back down just to keep her, you start losing her emotionally. Real peace isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about building mutual respect where conflict rarely needs to happen. Never let love blind you to disrespect, because when a man lets go of his self-respect, he eventually loses everything else too. Number 7. Seeking constant approval from women. Another fatal mistake smart men avoid is seeking validation from women in everything they do. Whether it's constantly asking, "Do you think I did the right thing?" or changing their personality to fit what she likes. This approval-seeking behavior is a silent relationship killer. At its core, it shows insecurity. And while society may tell men to be open and emotionally expressive, there's a fine line between healthy vulnerability and approval addiction. Women are biologically wired to seek strength in a partner, emotional strength, decisiveness, leadership. When a man constantly looks to her for reassurance or permission, he slowly loses his frame. He starts becoming more of a follower than a partner. He stops being attractive and starts being needy. Smart men don't look for applause. They do what needs to be done because they believe in it. They trust their judgment, make decisions confidently, and invite input, but don't rely on it to validate who they are. They take feedback without begging for compliments. They stay grounded in their values even when others disagree. In relationships, they are steady and calm. When they succeed, they celebrate quietly. When they struggle, they handle it with dignity. They're not looking to impress a woman. They're focused on becoming the best version of themselves. And ironically, that's exactly what women find irresistible. Approval seeking may feel like connection, but it's actually self-abandonment. Smart men choose self-respect over people-pleasing every single time. Number 8. Being too available and losing their mystery. Many men believe that the more time and attention they give a woman, the more she'll value them. But what they don't realize is that availability without mystery kills attraction. Relationships, especially in the early stages, thrive on a delicate balance between presence and absence, connection and curiosity. When a man is constantly available, always replying instantly, canceling plans to meet her, always saying yes without question, he creates a dynamic where she doesn't have to earn his time. And what's easily available often becomes taken for granted. Smart men understand that their time is valuable. They don't overextend themselves trying to impress her. Instead, they maintain their life, priorities, and routines. They're not rude or dismissive, but they are selective, and that makes their attention more meaningful. Mystery is not about playing games, it's about maintaining a life that excites you, that she wants to know more about. It's about not putting all your emotional cards on the table at once. Smart men reveal themselves slowly, with purpose. They're confident enough to know that curiosity keeps attraction alive. The truth is, a woman wants to feel she's discovering a man, not that he's already laid everything out for her. Don't sacrifice your depth in an effort to seem relatable. Keep some of your world private, some of your time unavailable, and let her earn her way into your inner circle. Being unavailable doesn't mean being indifferent. It means being intentional. The more grounded you are in your own life, the more she'll want to be part of it. Number 9. Losing themselves after falling in love. This is one of the most tragic and yet most common mistakes men make. They fall in love, and somewhere along the way they lose themselves. They abandon their habits, passions, friends, and sometimes even their values, all in the name of being a good partner. And while they may feel they're doing the right thing, what they're really doing is trading authenticity for attachment. Smart men know that love should enhance your identity, not erase it. They remain the same grounded, purposeful, driven individual, whether single or taken. They understand that a healthy relationship is built on two complete individuals coming together, not two people clinging to each other for validation or emotional survival. When a man loses himself, a woman eventually feels burdened, not adored. She senses that his world revolves around her, and rather than feeling honored, she feels trapped. Respect diminishes, attraction fades, and the relationship starts to decay. On the other hand, when a man remains true to his values, goals, and identity, he becomes the anchor in the storm. He brings stability, direction, and energy to the relationship. And even if the relationship ends, he doesn't fall apart, because he never gave away his sense of self in the first place. Love is beautiful, but the moment you lose yourself in it, you stop being the man she fell for. Smart men love deeply, but they never forget who they are, because real love doesn't ask you to shrink. It invites you to grow. What separates a wise man from the average is not charm, looks, or wealth. It's clarity, self-control, and unshakable self-respect. The 9 fatal mistakes we've uncovered are not just dating errors. They are personal boundaries that define whether a man rises or falls in love and in life. Women don't just want a man who pleases them. They crave a man who knows who he is and won't lose that for anyone. If you keep giving too much, seeking approval, or losing yourself in the name of love, you'll keep ending up in confusion, heartbreak, and regret. But if you learn to protect your values, master your time, and lead with quiet strength, then even if you walk alone for a while, you'll never be truly lost. So here's your challenge. Stop reacting. Start leading. Let love follow strength, not desperation. Let respect be earned, not begged for. Become the man who doesn't chase women because he's too busy chasing his purpose. And if this message hit home for you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We're here to build stronger minds, stronger men, and stronger relationships. The Stoic way. Your transformation starts now. Let's walk this path powerfully together.